Hey there ladies and gents, what is going on? It's David and today we're going to be going with the Dragon Quest VIII Let's Play again. I'm quite pleased that people are actually watching it, to be honest, which of course is good because, as I said, it is my favourite game. For those people who are a bit confused about where we are, we defeated Geyser, picked up the crystal ball, gave it back to the Great Kardarasha, who told us where Dolmagus was. He passed through a southern checkpoint, so that's about where we're going to be going at this moment in time. Now, I have got rid of some of the preliminary stuff I was going to do in this, such as selling stuff, so I'll just show you what I have. I've kept the copper sword because I'm going to need it in the next area. I'll explain why when I get there. I have given Yangus some medicinal herbs. I bought some for myself as well. I've kept one of the pieces of cheese to show you what happens when you have it. Even though I'm not going to focus on Munchie using cheese, I thought I'd show you anyway because it's pretty cool how it works. I bought a lot more Chimera wings, and I bought some additional medicinal herbs because we are going into the next area. The monsters are going to amp up their difficulty that little bit, so we're probably going to be using them a fair bit more. Also, I am going to be changing how I'm building Yangus a bit. I was debating whether to use the hero swords, basically convert me mainly using spears to them starting out with swords, but I didn't want to use it because as the hero I want to focus on AoE damage, and I can't really do that as much with swords, but because of that I don't have a lot of single target damage output. So eventually when I've maxed spears and maxed courage, I will put points into swords. So if I do end game, you will benefit from the single target damage of swords. So it'll be mainly fixed on swords for bosses late game, but spear for everything else. Yangus, I'm going to be changing from scythes to axes because for what I want Yangus to do, I want him to be a debuffer, but at the same time I want him to be some type of support role, and scythe skills don't really lend themselves well to that. Scythes do slightly more damage than axes do just in general because Yangus's best weapon is a scythe, but the skills, as I said, aren't exactly party friendly, but an axe they are. There's a lot more skill variation in there that I can use, and besides there's a type of executioner move, it's actually called executioner, which will help me defeat metal slimes and whatnot, which are very hard to kill. But also in the scythe tree, if I was going to max it, which I was, the AoE skill Big Banger, as I said, it's an AoE skill, does a lot of damage, but it's an AoE, I want him to focus on single target. And if I use Big Banger, he's going to run out of MP really quick. Anyway, I've got that out of the way. But that's it. Yangus is obviously going to go into humanities as well. Some people don't like it. I am a bit so-so with it. I'm going to max it just to show you the last skill because, hey, why not? It's funny as hell. And it's called Golden Oldies for those people who don't know. Let's see what this guy has to say. Oh, wait, we already talked to this guy, didn't we? I gotta start giving voices to these characters at some point because they never talk. There's a guard. Oh, you're going south, and I'll give you some pointers. If you follow the path south, you'll come to the checkpoints by a bridge, but there's a fork in the path on the way. Make sure you read the sign. It's a wide world, plenty of scope to get lost. If you're worried about it, stick to the path. Sound advice that, because you can get lost in this game. It's a complete open world game. There are parts where you are limited to where you can go, but that's just a boundary which you cannot pass until you go further on in the storyline. Some slow-mo King Trode right here.
So, what happened? Did you do what the young girl asked? Well?
We didn't do jack shit. We just robbed the place and left her.
What? Dolmagus killed Master Rylus? The same Dolmagus we're looking for?
Epic lag on King Trode.
That fiend killed his own teacher? And you say he headed south? Then there's no time to lose. We must go after him at once. Let's be on our way.
Very slow-mo trode. Don't know why that's happening. Maybe it's a particular area, because the waterfall cave does take a fair bit of stuff. Alright, anyway. Back on with speed at the moment. I think it's because it was rendering out the waterfall cave over there. Because you even look at that and your frame rate drops. This game obviously is very GPU eccentric. It's ridiculous how much like power you need to run this game on an emulator. I've never had it with any other game, but yeah, I've listed my specs to a couple people, and it's still ridiculous how you know, I have my specs and whatnot, and it's still very hard to run this game with the scaling. Obviously, if it's without scaling, then it doesn't quite lag as much. But even then, it still freaking lags. Alright, so, oh god, it's gonna go dark. I'm gonna get butt raped when I actually get to over the bridge. That ain't gonna be well, is it? Oh well, screw it. Alright, let's keep going, because we're not going to the waterfall cave. We're just going ahead and getting to the next area. There's a couple new, well, actually, all the monsters over there are pretty much new. You will find the Bodkin Archer over there, as we did here, but he was a unique. It's one of the main things about the game is its variation in. Am I even going the right way? Okay, I wish I had a map. Over that bridge, and then it's behind that big boulder, because the mountain's on the right. I remember past. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, there are a couple new monsters next. There it is. The game's one of its strong point. Well, then again, if you ask me, I said pretty much the entire game is its strong point. But its monster variation's good. Later on in the game, you'll get repeats of some monsters, but they do different things. Still in line with the whole family tree that was I described in the last episode. Oh, youngest level too, 5 skill points. As I said, I'm going axes now, so let's go ahead and do that. Helm Splitter. Helm Splitter was the skill which I was talking about before, where it lowers the defense of a target, which is great, which is really good. So the bridge, as I said, should be on the right. And let's just get rid of these real quick first. Alright, so attack that one on the right. Okay, my boomerang ain't doing as much as it was before, but you know, what do you expect? I'm not putting points into it. There was a decision, like when I was talking about the skill composition and whatnot. Well, the skill composition I use is not the best thing in the game. Like, ideally, you could min-max points, so you don't have to, like, spec largely into any of the trees. Like, you don't have to max any of them to do well. You really don't. I just do it because of convenience, and I just can't be bothered to, like, start taxing every little thing I'm doing in this game. I mean, I'm doing it for fun, right? I mean, I have fun playing this game. Anyway, I've done it a couple of times, but for this, I'll just show you a brief overview. But as I said, you don't have to keep paying attention to your skills a lot. If you enjoy swords, just go down swords. Just know it's going to be limited to single targets, spears, mainly for AoE. There's some good single target stuff in there, but yeah, you know, that's what I was focusing on. It's also a good idea to plan out your party before you do it. Obviously, if you're playing the game for the first time, do whatever the hell you want. But if you want a bit more information, like, I'm not going to tell you about anything in the future, right? But it's always been a good idea for me to, you know, look ahead at stuff. You don't have to, but it's just something I do. I didn't even notice we crossed the bridge. Or did we cross the bridge? Like, I'm not even paying attention. Like, when I talk about stuff, I'm just zoned out. Those are fungals, fungholes, or whatever. They can poison you. Needless to say, they're big, giant mushrooms. And I go up here, and I believe there's slime earrings in here. Yep. When you play the game as much as I have, you get to guess what's in each thing. Alright, so these slime earrings give defense. It doesn't matter who wears them there. I can either give them to me or give them to the youngest. Well, I'll give them to me because I'm in front. Yeah, equip that. I can't remember if slime earrings can be used for something else later on. I'm not too sure. There are a couple of items that I remember can be used later on. I'm not going to say why or how, but just giving you a hint, they can be used later on for other things. Other than their straight, you know, normal value, which we'll find that out not soon, but it's not exactly going to be end game where you find this crap out, which is very interesting. That's why I keep holding on to select items. Holy cow, that was a nice hit. That was a critical hit. Gotta remember, Yangus has had the same weapon since the start of the game, which she's been doing well with, so. I nearly went into swords there. Alright, so it's fisticuffs to 11, and then 1 point in spears. Mr. Cat's fisticuff skills improve. He becomes a brawler. Mr. Cat's learns defending champion. As I said, defending champion is a skill where you technically block, but instead of reducing damage by half, which I think is what block normally does, you reduce by 80%, which is very significant. And it costs no mana, if I remember correctly. Does it cost mana? Look at me asking you, the viewer who most likely has never played this game. These are called Beetle Boys. Like Mecha Miners, whatever, they have high defense. And they can also knock you on your ass. You may think I'm actually just using that for comical effect. I'm not. You see when they actually hit their head, like they smack you with the horns, they can actually knock you over and you'll be technically stunned for that turn. Alright, there we go. Oh, dang it, I thought I was going to get knocked over. Actually, I need to heal, actually, to be honest, because these guys really rip into you. Well, there's one of them gone. Alright, there's the other two gone. I may need to use a medicinal herb in this, you know, after this. But as you can see, a lot more experience, a lot more gold. So, actually, you know what, let me just use my heal. Usually if I'm gonna go between healing it off or using an item to, using magic to heal it off or using an item to heal it off, the only real difference is it depends on how much money I have and depending on if I want to buy anything in the next town. Since it is a next town, chances are you want to buy new stuff, so you want to save your cash on the way there. That way you can, you know, gear yourself out as much as possible. Some stuff that's located in the next town is, there's a stone axe that you can get, which is obviously an axe, but the Yangus is the first axe you can get in the game. There is also scale armor, scale shields. I only need to get one of them. Well, get 2 of the armor with 1 shield. What else is there? I don't think there's a new sword. There's definitely not a spear. It's a while until you actually get your first spear in the game. Like a while. It is a fair while. Which kind of throws new players off, because you may you know, fall into the trap of putting points into hammers, mauls, or whatever it is for Yangus. Hammers and mauls for Yangus is probably one of the worst skill trees ever in the game. It's mainly beast focused, and there's beast enemies, yeah, like beast family and whatnot. But to mainly put skills into something which only really does significant damage to beasts, or look at that crap, that is amazing. To beasts, or you know, gain a little extra gold, it's not really worth it. There is a skill on the axe tree. It's when you get axes max to 100 called Typhus Maul, which does more damage to beasts, but I'm probably not going to get it unless I max, you know, humanities before it, then I might as well get it. I don't know what I'm going to do after I max both axe and humanities for Yangus. Maybe fisticuffs, because he can get better evasion. You can also get more agility, so he can attack more, which is very good late game. I am still oblivious to what everything was going on in that play. How many battles did I fight? Like 2, 3, 4, 15? Oh, I didn't do 15, but you know, it's like when I'm trying to explain stuff about the game, I'm just completely out of it. I don't even know what my health is. Alright, we're good. Well, we won, so that's what matters. I have so much experience now, it's great. There's also another unique monster up here. When I mean a unique, I don't mean that there's only, like, well, technically there is only one. But it's not some special monster you will only find in this location. It's just a regular monster that's buffed up, and he will give you a coin. He will give you a silver monster coin, and I think you can actually fight him. Yeah, you can. You can actually. Well, of course you can fight him, but you can probably beat him at level 7, level 8. But you know, that's not everything dedicated to fighting that guy. Of course, you're not just gonna wall in there with like 10 health each and just. Oh, we're here already. 10 health each. Oh, look, a sheep. Get back here. Bah. Bah. That's a what? Bah. Oh, God, I can't do anything today. Alright, let's go and jump into the town for some supplies as and armor? Weapons? Yeah, all that good stuff. Ah, I love the little peaceful town. Someone just runs up to her and pushes her in. Hello, frame rate.
Halt! Who goes there? Don't waste your breath, scoundrels. I can spot bandits a mile off. This is for Alistair. Come on, Mash. Let's get him!
Sorry about the slowdown in the conversations, but it's so-so at the moment. It's much better in dungeons, but, you know, we haven't got to a dungeon conversation. On the plus side, look at Yang's face. Who?
Yes, sir, bangers. Prepare to meet your maker!
Oh, kids, you have no idea who the hell you're messing with right here. Not that I'm some badass, right? But you're just gonna get the crap beaten out of you.
What on earth are you two rascals up to now? Stop it at once.
Must say, Bangers is hardcore bouncing.
Where are your manners? That's no way to welcome travelers. Ow!
Oh, damn.
Ow!
God, she's got some iron knuckles of steel. Well, yeah.
Didn't Miss Jessica ask you to run an errand for her? And here you are playing around. I forgot.
I think it's the differing points of what's being rendered here, because if it's on, like, let's say the point where Bangers is looking, right? Not where we're looking. That lags as hell. When we look this way, completely fine. I don't know.
You'd better run along before Jessica finds out.
Now we're looking at the floor.
Yikes!
Yikes!
I'm so sorry.
It's not church!
I don't mean any harm.
Bull crap!
It's just that our village has been through a lot lately. Ask around for yourselves. You'll see.
Alright.
There's nothing wrong with the place, mind. It's a lovely village, really. Make yourselves at home.
I am constantly happy, and Yangus is constantly confused and possibly annoyed. Slowest walk-off in the history of man. Alright. Alright, now we're out of the conversation. Out of the conversation. Okay, there we go. It's still laggy as hell if I look in that way. If I look that way, completely fine. This way. Oh god, it's the church, I tell you. Alright, since it's not daytime, we can't buy stuff yet, so we're probably after gonna go to the inn first and have a look at the gear. I have about 700 gold. Is there anything in it? No. I have about 700 gold to spend on stuff. As I said, I only need to get one scale shield. Hang on, let me go in this church. The Church of Lag. I need one scale shield. I need 2 scale armor pieces. I also need a weapon. Hello. I'm a peddler. I travel all around. Yeah. I travel about selling my wares. I came through the western checkpoint to get here. It was very strange. It looked like it had been broken open by some kind of terrifying force. I wondered what it was. Well, it's a jester called Dormagus who burst through here not long ago. Dear goddess, hear the plea of a poor old man. Please let the oh my god. Please let the Alexandria Day pilgrimage go ahead this year. It fills my heart with joy seeing the beautiful angles of the statue of Alexandria and the voluptuous curves of the statuesque okay. What a lovely old man. I'm here to see the movie.